to the tea table. Today we're going over Spidops EX here. Let us take a look at that card to see what it does. So you got here 260 EX. EX is now to evolve from basic Pokemon, so you will have to have the basic there. Your opponent's active retreat cost is 1 more. And this attack is 30 for each energy your opponent's active retreat cost. So you're gonna, you just want to have as many in play. So you do 90 plus 30. And then plus 30 plus 30 plus 30 plus what they already have. And you see a pair of Leafeon, which we'll go over in a second. But let us start at the first Pokemon in your deck. Mew. Mysterious Tail, once you return this Pokemon is your active spot. You may look at the top 6 cards of your deck, reveal an item, and put it in your hand. So, I did go with that one just to help get your items. We got the balls, we got various search cards. We got Pokegear as well to help us get supporters. I kind of wanted a starter. I didn't want Clefty because we kind of want to use Leafy on turn 1. So I did go with Mew. Then we got no pictures available, but it's the Tarantula. Really no need to pull a picture up. 60 HP. Just evolve it into your Spidops. So we did go over Spidops there. But then we also got Leafeon V. Once you trigger my search for grass energy, attach one Pokemon. If you do, your turn's over, so it's a really good first turn play. The reason why I didn't want Klefki, if I'm going first, you could power it up itself, or your Tarantula to get going on the next turn, because we do have Leafeon VMAX in your deck here. 60 times the amount of energy your opponent's retreat cost. So, just another attacker with that ability, the same as Spidops. Just more HP as well. So, just kind of, the whole deck is going to feed on your opponent having a bunch of retreat cost, and in the future, any card they make that increases retreat cost is definitely going to be one to consider with this card. And then we got the Drapion V, because Mew's a good deck, and that card has 0 retreat cost by default, so you're definitely going to want to play one of those. And I will say, with the Spidops Leafeon, they do the same thing, but rotating between like a 2-prizer with 260 and the 3-prizer is pretty good, and can be really annoying for your opponent, and like, it can just help, get the game, put a lot of pressure on your opponent, taking prizes starting turn 2, and then alternating between 2, 3, 2. Obviously, they could boss a 1-prizer to win the game, but they still got to work through the first 2 Pokemon, which really isn't as easy as it looks. So then we got 2 Bidoof here. It's on the bench, prevent all damage, and Barbarrel, 2 draw to 5. I did start this off with Lillicant V-Star in the deck because its V-Star abilities let you search for 5 grass Pokemon / energy and put in your hand. But Goon Squad TCG did point out to me, you just probably Barbarrel's better just because you want to draw through your deck more, and getting the Pokemon might not necessarily get what you want to go, like if you need to draw energy. So we did go with that. Then we obviously got 4 Nest Ball, search for big opponent bench, the 4 Ultra Ball, discard 2. We got 4 Battle VIP Pass, and there's also good Barbarrel, so you could Ultra Ball them away later, and not have to worry about it. You just want to get the many Pokemon in play turn 1 as possible to evolve and get going turn 2. So that was why we went with that one. We got the 3 Pokegear. Look at the top 7. Take a supporter. We got 2 Switch. Obviously, got to switch those Pokemon. We got the 2 Escape Rope. Also switching if your opponent does have the 1 Klefki. And you want to be able to still do stuff with like Mew turn 1. Or use your Leafeon. Escape Rope really good. Also, if they're saving their 2, 3 prizes on the bench. And you got that Escape Rope. Boom. We're going there. We got the 3 Research. Discard your hand. Draw 7. We got the 2 Judge. Each player shovels their hand in their deck, draws 4 cards. There's no Marnie, but Judge is still good because we do have the Barbarrel, so we really don't care too much about like shuffling our hand into our deck. Because of the Barbarrel, I did have Colress's Experiment in here too to put the useless cards such as VIP Pass and stuff in the Lost Zone later in the game. But I did think Judge was better, because you also want to disrupt your opponent, because we don't need decks having 10 card hands. That's no fun for us, because then they're definitely going to have the cards that they need. Then we're going to follow up here with the 2 Boss's Order, obviously. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active. We got the 1 Serena. Discard to 3 cards. If you do, jump to you have 5. So if you do have a random hand with the VIP passes and you don't have a way to discard them, you can at least get those away, and then switch one of your opponent's Pokemon V. I did have more than 1 Raihan, but we ended up going down to 1. Just because you want to string the attacker, so if you do get 1 shot, you need to make a comeback super fast. That's basically going to do for discard ball to one of your Pokemon if you do search for a card. Then we got the 3 Temple of Sinnohs. Lugia, still a deck with single strike in Japan, so no reason it won't be a deck here. So you still want to make those special energy, provide colorless, and then we go with these grass energy. So my thought on this card is, like, the card seems super cool. I mean, as I'm going through like the cards, of Scarlet and Violet, and I'm making my way through, all the decks that we could make, and you can see like the most impact kind of is like the trainers. Gardevoir EX did really well in a big Japanese event. It got second, kind of a thing. It's been mostly like just decks now that are in current standard just kind of got revamped. Like, if only Galar Mine was still legal, this would be great, kind of a thing. There might be a Muck that makes your tree cost bigger. I'm not sure, but you could definitely just drop the Leafeon and go for that Muck if you have to. I'm not. That might be a card rotating as well. But if anyone knows that one, let me know in the comments below. But Spidops definitely seems like one of those cards. It probably won't be super expensive on release. You just kind of pick them up for later, and a few sets down the line, you're like, oh dang, remember, their retreat costs us 3 more if blank happens or something, and then you are very excited because you spent $5 on your 4 Spidops EXs, and you're going in there. So I think the card right now would be like, if I had a league challenge, like we had locals, I'm league challenging this deck. Maybe a league cup, but I wouldn't take it to a regional, unless there's obviously more fine-tuning done with it. The good news for this deck is like Air Balloon rotates, so your opponent just can't slap on an Air Balloon, which means we don't have to run Tool Jammer and that stuff, because that's what the Leafeon Inteleon deck did. Was one of those things. That deck did also take advantage of like Pokemon with bigger retreat costs being played. So I think if this deck is super good, it will be because the meta is like 2 or 3 retreat cost Pokemon are just running it, which means these cards are better in the long run. Because like if your opponent's got 5 retreat costs and you're attacking with Leafeon, I mean you're doing 300 damage. So it can find a place. I don't know if it'll find a place at the beginning, but I think it's definitely one of those things to look out for. Maybe a few sets from now as more cards are released, kind of a thing. But the card can have huge potential for sure. With that being said, this is the T-Table. I'm Josh Hatter. In my description below will be the link to the person, as I always do, who made my intro graphic, and the person who made the thumbnail you see on this video. Very insane thumbnail. Very, very happy about that. Their socials will be linked there. If you want to go give them a follow, maybe inquire to them, hey, I want to get some stuff done. I'm just a guy who kind of makes Pokemon decks. I have no artistic skill whatsoever. Thankfully, they do. But this is the T-Table. Thank you for watching, everybody. We did hit 300 subscribers last week. Pretty crazy. Also, check out my shorts. I try to open random booster packs we got at the shop. And coming very soon will actually be my first sponsored video when we get closer to the Scarlet and Violet release. So please look forward to that. And I will see everybody next time on the T-Table.